Hello everyone and welcome to Lawrence County Schools Tech Tips. Um, we're having a big snow day today with the storm Jonas, I suppose, winter storm Jonas. So it's a good time to talk about Google Classroom and how we utilize it within Lawrence County Schools. So the first thing I would like to talk about is Google Chrome. So let's pretend that you're a teacher and you switch between desktops, your desktop at school and your laptop at home, and you need your bookmarks and things like that you had at the school. One way that you can always have those things ready for you is to log into Google Chrome. That way your bookmarks, your history, applications, and extensions always follow you from all your devices, like your laptop and your computer or your iPad or your Chromebook. So the first thing I'm going to do is open up Chrome. So a lot of times the first time you log in, it'll ask you for a sign in. It'll look like screen will look like this. So you'll put in your Lawrence County email address and then you'll put your password. But where I'm already a user, you can see that I'm logged in as a student right now. And I really don't have anything but the default apps that come with it. Google Sheets, YouTube, things like that. And I do not have any bookmarks, you can see. But if I use my account, you can see it remembers my home page, my apps. I'll have other apps. I have Typing Club, Quizlet, GeoGebra, Schoology, Khan Academy, EasyBib. A lot different than we had by default. You can also see my bookmarks. I have Classroom, Google Certifications, Discovery Education and stuff, and it will also have my history. So that's one of the benefits. Plus it has my extensions up here to Chrome, and we'll talk more about extensions later. Right now, after you sign in, Google Chrome should always keep itself up to date. But if it doesn't, if it's not up to date, you'll be able to click the hamburger menu here and it would say update over here. If you don't see update, then it's already up to date. Another way to check that, say Chrome, about Google Chrome, and it'll check for updates and it'll say, well, it's already up to date. So we're all good to go, and this is the same for teachers or parents and students, and this is always free for everyone out there. And a lot of the issues that people have called in with tech issues in Google Classroom and such is they're using outdated browsers with Internet Explorer or Firefox and Safari, things like that. But just about 90% of them at least have been solved by having them download Google Chrome. One of the other things that we've had multiple users call in with as a problem for them at home getting into Google Classroom is if they have multiple students in the household. You know, a parent has 3 kids and they only have one computer, so when they go to log into Classroom, it gets one kid, the first kid that signed up for it, instead of the second and third kid, and they can't figure out how to get to it. So that is another advantage with Google Chrome. You see, as I'm signed in as Michael, I can say switch person and switch to student, and then I can go into their Google Classroom from the Lawrence County Schools page. So go to Classroom. I'm logged in as that student.lawrence. Now if I want to go back to using it as myself, I say switch person, and I go back to Michael. Go to Classroom now. Ask me for a login. Sign in. And we have my Google Classroom versus the student. Switch person. Go back to student. Now I have their classroom. I can then say switch person. If I had another user in the household, I could click add person. And it would come up to the sign in page and I'd log in as that next user. So then it would prompt me for a username and everything for them. And that could be my third user that I could switch between. So switch person. See, now I have 3 people that I can switch between. I'm going to go back to my account. That's a really handy thing for parents and even us teachers to have in our arsenal with Google Chrome. Okay, so now that we're using Google Chrome, let's talk about the Chrome Web Store and apps and extensions for a minute. So I've got two browser windows open so you can see something in just a second. But let's go to my user Michael and look at my apps. Here's my apps from the web store that I currently have, like Typing Club. If I went into that, it's like a web game that teaches typing. So I click the lesson to begin and go through the lesson. Tells me where to place my hands and everything, and then the student would start typing after placing their hands, and it keeps a word count and everything for them. So that's one of the cool things. Apps like that would be available, web apps, EasyBib, so on. Another cool thing that comes from the web store is extensions. So if I go Windows, Extension, here shows all the extensions I have loaded. So if I wanted more from the web store, I could go to the web store. And this is how I'd also get different apps and games. I could just type in what I'm looking for. And the one I'm going to show today is Share to Google, or Share to Classroom. I'm sorry. I need the typing class. But anyway, you can see as I already have it, it says Rate It. But if I hadn't had it, it would say Add to Chrome. So over here as a student, I'm going to do the window, extensions, get more extensions. Once again, I'm going to say Share to Classroom because this student doesn't have it. Remember, it saves everything they have. So here's Share to Classroom. I'm going to say Add to Chrome. Add extension. We'll see it pop up here in just a moment. So now that extension is added to that user's Chrome. Anytime they log in, they will have that extension no matter what computer they're at. As long as they log into Chrome, they'll have it. If they have on their laptop or on a desktop or in a lab, as long as they log into Chrome, they'll have that extension. And the really cool thing that you as a teacher can do, because we know that sometimes kids are hard to get in the same place by telling them to go to a website. So let's say you wanted them to go to Discovery Education quickly. So now that they have this extension and you have this extension, we're going to go up here and I'm going to say Push to Students. I want them to go to Discovery Education, so I'll say Push. Here in just a moment, it'll say Welcome is pushing. And it's going to be pushed to the students. So that would be pushed to all the kids in that classroom. That's an easy way to get everyone on the same page. Another thing you can do from this Share to Classroom, you can say Push to Students, hit the caret button, and create an assignment from it. That'll go to your Google Classroom as an assignment, or ask a question, or make an announcement. So let's say I ask a question. Say, when is the future of learning? And I'm going to say ask. Now, as a student, I'm going to go to my home page, or my classroom. I'm sorry. And see they're a member of this class. Oh, cool. There's when is the future of learning? That's the question I wanted to ask them about this web page. So they could say now and say submit. If they'd read this page, they knew the answer. Now, how cool is that? That's pretty awesome.